Hello there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Right, well, I've had a slew of ideas for some series, so this is yet another series, and this is called Double Bill Double Franchise. So basically, I've decided that, and there's kind of a third franchise that's going to run. So each year, depending on how long I do this for, but each year there'll be a single thread of like a very big franchise running through the whole year, where hopefully I'll get my way through each film. Then each month I intend to do a horror franchise and a non-horror franchise, so it can be sci-fi or comedy or whatever. And so this year, 2023, the ongoing thread will be the MCU. I started watching that actually the end of last year, but again this idea came to me at the end of January. I need to get a new mouth, one that works properly when I speak. Anyway, so yes, I've so far with the MCU, I'm up to Thor. So not that far, but obviously I've still got a way to go. But now I have my big screen, and actually the setup and the projector is now 3D capable. So once I get some 3D glasses, I'll be able to watch some of them in 3D if I want to, not just 4K. Anyway, so the non-horror franchise, basically this box set came out. It's really nice and cheap, and there's 7 movies in it, and they are classics. I've only ever seen the 7th one this time. It was the first time viewing for my wife and I watched this together. Actually, it was quite nice that we both did this. But I definitely remember growing up as a kid watching, not really knowing which one I was watching, because the memories I had of these movies in my head were sort of really mixed up. But anyway, now I have them on a nice box set, and it is the Police Academy. It's great fun movies. Obviously it's about a police academy, that's quite self-explanatory, but there's one of the commanding officers is quite sort of up himself a little bit, and just wants the academy to fail all the time. And then you've got Commander Lassard, who's a bit ditzy, so to speak, and just always bumbling around and doing strange things. But then you've got a hodgepodge of characters making up the other ranking officers. Most notably is Jones, Motormouth Jones, he was called, for all the sound effects and things he made, mostly with his own mouth. Michael Winslow. Ooh, I have sort of met him at a sort of a Comic-Con or a collector fair, and once he came over the tannoy, making all sorts of noises and speaking to us like a tannoy system and all that kind of stuff, or playing music or creating music, and that was really fun. But I do have a photo of him somewhere. But you had Steve Guttenberg, and oh, names gone out of my head. There's so many different people in there. Kim Cattrall also appears in a couple of the movies. Yeah, just a great franchise, great fun, turn your brain off, just sit there and have a laugh, basically. I think they're mostly Canadian productions, so they're sort of growing up, especially when you hear the accents and you sort of hear, you sort of think, oh, everything's American, because most movies when you were a kid were American. But no, I actually think most of these are Canadian. Really glad to own this on Blu-ray. Doesn't need a 4K or anything. The picture quality's not amazing, but they're very nostalgic viewing and a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend this if you want a fun franchise to watch. So that's the Police Academy. They're on Warner Brothers, so actually they could come up with 4Ks if they wanted to, you know. So the horror franchise, obviously, as I came up with the idea for this series late, I needed a really short franchise. There's only 3 films in it, and basically is the Hostel trilogy. Now, the first two are Eli Roth movies, and actually I couldn't see who the hell directed this one. But anyway, get to that in a second. So, these two films, Hostel and Hostel Part 2, follow on very nicely. So if you saw a video I did some while ago about my favourite pairs of movies, I think you'll find this is in that list. So basically some, travelling lads going around Europe, they end up in this hostel, and they get taken to their room, and there's these half-dressed girls in there, and they're like, oh, sorry, we're in the wrong room. And the girls are like, no, you're fine. We're just getting dressed and we're just going to go to the spa. You should come with us. So they do. And, various things happen that happen to couples. And, yeah, they have a good time. And then, yeah, things start to change. Things start to go a little bit wrong for them. So this sort of introduces the concept, and actually this one starts in a very similar manner, and you're sort of thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get basically the same film again. But the good thing is, the travellers in this one are female, so they turn up to the same hostel, and suddenly there's two pretty young girls sat in the chairs in the sort of reception area, and they look up because they hear potential new customers, and when they realise they're female, they're like, oh, okay, well, that's not for us. So anyway, the same young man who helped them sort of check out or check in on this one does the same on this one, and then things start to get a bit different, and you get to see a little bit more what is called the Elite Hunting Club. So basically, the hostel is a front for getting potential victims for this hunting club, and hunting it's not really hunting, to be honest, because they're sort of drugged and then they're strapped down to a chair, and then the person who's paid whatever they've paid to do whatever they want to them, to basically kill them. And they all have this tattoo, I think it's of a bulldog or something, and the Elite Hunting Club. And but the good thing that joins the two films together is the young lad that sort of survives this is right at the beginning of this film. So literally just, it's one big story. So very good films to watch back to back. Now, like I said, there is a third one. Now the reason this one, I don't think it works quite so well. It does explore the hunting club a bit further, and I suppose the interesting thing is it's in Las Vegas. So it kind of shows that this hunting club has gone a bit global. So if they ever wanted to do any more, there's plenty of countries that they could choose, and weird and wonderful ways of people paying for this. So there's kind of a bidding war that goes on. They're at this mansion, or actually it's like an old abandoned building, which seemed really out of place in Las Vegas. So I don't know if there is any kind of such building in Vegas, but I guess they wanted to make it far more removed from sort of the slightly gritty but equally stunning European cities. And so yes, we get to explore the concept a bit further and deeper, and there's some pretty good twists in this one, but then at the end it just kind of gets a bit silly. And Thomas Kretschmer's in this one. He sort of plays the big boss of the facility where everything takes place, and you sort of wonder what part of the structure he is of the whole hunting club. But yeah, this one's not so good. On the second watch, as this was for me, a second watch, I guess I understood more that it was the bigger picture and the fact that it was in a different country. It just sort of seemed, oh well, we've done these two films, let's just do another one and put it in America. So well, there you go. Just a couple of franchises that I thought I'd pick and watch in kind of January. So I've picked a franchise to watch, or two franchises to watch, obviously along with the Marvel Cinematic Universe for February. And you'll get to find out what they are in the next episode. So if you like this episode, what do you think of these franchises? Have you seen them both? And get in the comments below and let's have a bit of discussion about them. Give the video a thumbs up so YouTube gets to know that people like this kind of thing and can get it out there to other viewers. And wait for the horrible motorbike to go by. Thank you very much. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure your notifications are set to all so you know when I upload a video. Take it easy and I'll see you in the next episode.